Hey loves, thank you so much for stopping back by. Welcome back to What D Says, the podcast. I appreciate all of the listens to the podcast when it's been on hiatus for a few as we get ready for my graduation. So welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. You can follow me on social media. I am D Shields. I am DEESHIELDS. I am your podcast host, writer, author of 6 projects, working on another project that's coming up in October, hopefully for release date. And you're paralegal because your girl graduates on Saturday from paralegal school. Thank you so much for stopping by. I have a journey that I'm on to revamp kind of like where I've been, because you get to that place when you turn 50, and I told you guys about that, last year, but you just start changing things around and evolving and going to the next level. So paralegal was a choice because very interested in all things that are legal justice system. Everyone that knows me knows I'm very interested in those type of topics and what it does for the community, what it does for the nation, what it does for us across the globe. I am also very interested in all things attorney, and that's a more of a macro goal. First, we're just walking in after 25 years of being an admin and being in corporate spaces as an admin, now walking into a different set of shoes towards those long-term goals. So thank you so much for stopping by. Right now we're going to be talking about how we treat ourselves, right? So too often people neglect self. And when they neglect self, sometimes they get to the point where they can't stand who they are. If you are built strong, right? If you're built in with the mental mindset of saying that I am going to bounce back, I have resilience, I got into this place of this sort of self-hate, but I now know that I've been neglecting myself, ignoring my needs, and ignoring the things that are a part of my self-love routine. And now I need to get back to a better me. Some people can do that, and they can do that with ease and without any too much additional support, right? And some people just can't tap into that. And that self-hate, it will become evident in all the things that they do. That hatred can become evident in their conversations. Their hatred can become evident in the things that they, kind of post on social media, the topics that they post about, the topics that they'll show up for, and the topics that they stay away from. It becomes evident how they actually feel about themselves. And so I say to you guys, since 2010, it speaks ethos who you are just based on your behavior, right? And as we're getting ready to write the demeanor book and put it out into the public, your demeanor tells people who you are. It speaks ethos as to who you are. So if you have a consistent negative demeanor, nasty, catty, just always talking bad to or bad on individuals and finding complete entertainment with nasty behavior and treatment of people, it speaks ethos as to who and what your character is, right? So tapping into self-love is something that you're going to have to go deep. At what point did you start hating you? Who hurt you? That is a question that I ask all the time when I see someone just in complete self-hatred, negative, always in a part of negative chaos and activity and behavior and demeanor. Who hurt you? What are you so angry about? Why are you so full of hatred and meanness? Why can't you pull yourself out of that? What have you done? What steps have you put in place to pull yourself out of that? I used to tell my child when she would do things, and it would be a little catty and remind me of her biological. And I would always tell her, Ask the Father to help you not to act like that. That's what I tell all my children. Ask God to help you not to act like that. I don't know no other source to send you to if you get too mean or you do something that's not okay, how to treat somebody, right? And I'll say, ask God to help you not to act like that. Tap into that. If that's the only thing that you can tap into, how more proud am I to tell you to go into a higher source. Tap into a higher source if that's what it takes. But you have to find a way to say, this is me. This is the only me that I get in this lifetime. And I am either going to take this moment right here and I am going to make a conscious decision, looking in the mirror, I'm going to make a conscious decision to do something different, to be better and to do better. And if that's not popular with the people that I deal with, if they don't like my sudden affirmations and positivity and looking up and doing things great, if they don't like that and they don't feel comfortable with that, that's not my problem. Right? Tell yourself that. Like, what are you hanging on to being negative for? What are you getting out of that other than intense self-hatred that keeps you up at night? You can't even get a good night's sleep. Heck, I challenge you to go in there and lay down right now and just try to lay down for an hour. Your mind is so full of all the hateful things that you've said and done, knowing inside that, oh, I just like to be a nasty person. You do. You have found comfort in being that person. But is it necessary? Where is it getting you in life? And are you really interested in being so nasty of a person that when you die, Lucifer is going to put you in a hell loop of all the mean and nasty you did to people? Right? That's what the hell will be for you. Like going over, have you watched the show Lucifer? That's what it's going to be for you. It'll be a hell loop of all the nasty that you've done to people over the years. Or you can make a decision right now to do something that is so great for the greater good of you in your future, for a better you. You can make a decision right now that you're going to consciously stay away from negativity, negative thoughts, negative behavior, negative activity, negative demeanor, negative environments, negative communities, negative activities, negative travel, negative work, whatever it is that you are getting into that is negative, you're going to make a conscious decision. I don't want to do that anymore. It's really as easy as that. But if you can't do it on your own, then go to a support group for it. Seek out a mentor that you trust. Find a safe space for someone that you trust that can say, that will talk straight to you. Like, girl, yeah. Dude, yeah, you be being way too mean. Like, tone that down. It's disrespectful. No one likes to be around it. You make me do this or that. Sometimes people will tell you that they're walking on eggshells. So I'm quick to tell you, I'm walking on eggshells around you, and that's not my comfort zone. Right? See, I know you all can't have me other than a few minutes of tuning in to an episode, right? But you need a me in your life that's going to tell you, quit acting like that. See, and I'll take the biggest and the baddest and tell you because I'm not scared of you. My daddy raised me from a child to only be scared of God. So when you've been told that your whole life, you don't know how to fear people. Right? My children don't fear humans. They don't fear people because I raised them on the same principles that my father raised me on. I'm going to call a thing. I'm going to say what needs to be said. I may hold back if it doesn't need to be said. I'm going to choose my words wisely. I am going to do the serenity prayer, my mother, the serenity prayer, right? So I'm going to make sure that I'm choosing what it is. Is that something that I need to engage in? But if it needs to be said, I'm going to say it. And if you're the type of person that you're so negative and you're so hype and you're going to come with that drama, I'm going to say it and then I'm going to cancel you. Because if you can't receive what it is that I'm trying to tell you that is negative for our connection, then I'll walk away. Because how many times is someone going to tell you the same thing over and over? People grow tired. Look at your life. How many people that you used to know 10 years ago that you don't know anymore? How many people have you pissed off? How many people have you hurt? In my case, those type of people have had to get canceled. I'm only going to tolerate them so long. And then I'm going to say, that's not for me. I know you could do better, and you're refusing to do that. So let me walk away in this season. And if we're supposed to come around, we'll come back around in another season. And that's it. Self-care matters. Loving you matters. And when you love you, it'll show. When you love you, it will show in all that you do. Neglect is not necessarily that you don't love you. Neglect can be that you're highly distracted. So if you see an area that you've neglected, focus on that. Take your attention away from all things negative and put a full focus on the areas that you have neglected. That within itself is a life changer. You've got to start loving you mentally, though. And it's a lot of work. But you can do the work because you're still here. And if you were not able to still do the work, God would take you. Right? So you're still here. So while you're here, do the work. How you talk about people that you don't know. How you show up on the celebrity topics. That's an indication as to who you are. It speaks ethos as to who you are. Carrying yourself. Some of you even try to say, I'm a child of God. But are you though? Jesus ain't having none of that you own. Nasty, talking mean, being mean-spirited, negative, derogatory, chaotic conversations. No, you're not a child of God. You're a child of stop. Enough. Get yourself back to God. Whatever made you say that was what you wanted to be a part of, find your way back. Because that doesn't represent the light. Doesn't represent Jesus. Doesn't represent the divine. Doesn't represent the higher power. So no, you can't just hide behind the wording of I'm a child of God. You can't just say I'm a child of God and think that people think you're a child of God. People think you're a child of God based on your behavior and how you carry yourself, what you are willing to do and say and be for others. But that's a whole nother topic. Self-love. Get you some. It'll make a world of difference. And stay away from negative behavior. Stay away from negative talk. Stay away from negative actions. Stay away from negative environments. Do better, be better. Cancel people. If your negative environment is so uncontrollable that it's impacting you no matter what you do, even when you're not in it, it's time to cancel those individuals. You'll cancel a celebrity in a heartbeat over a topic. Take that same energy and cancel folks in your life that don't need to be there. Positive behavior, people that speak it, who are it, who do it, who strive to exemplify that in their demeanor on every given day. Those are the individuals that you want in your environment. Find your support in your community. Find your mentors. Find your counseling. Find free counseling. A host of free counseling apps. Go jump on one of them. Go to Psychology Today if you can't find it. You don't know where to start. They usually have something available and lots of great articles to get you going. But they also have some resources to where you can find somebody in your area. When you know better, you do better. I am your host, Dee Shields, and thank you for stopping by.